morning to the grind, man. Good morning to the grind. Good morning. You woke up this morning, somebody got you up, gave you a new chance, gave you a new day, a new opportunity, a new way to think, a new way to strive, a new way to apply your drive, a new way to get up and get out there and get it with a new mindset. It's the Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast. I'm KeJohnna Owens. Each and every day, Monday through Friday, I get to be so fit to be blessed, to see a new day, project some kind of encouraging, motivating, inspirational, some kind of information that might change somebody's life out there. So good morning to you. And I always say we must apply the level of the work that we do to match the level of the faith that we have. Imagine doing that, applying the level of the work you do to match the level of faith you have. I'm going to bring up my main man each and every Monday and Friday. We have a segment in which we get together with another brother in success out there in Jacksonville, Florida. This young man, I call him the bearded one. Wisdom, knowledge, intuition, the ability to overcome adversities and focus on the goal at hand. My main man, I call him the bearded one once again. This is Mr. Robert F. McPhaul. Stand by. Oh man, there he is right there, Mr. Robert F. McPhaul. There. Good morning to you there, kind sir.
Great morning, grand rising, my brother.
Man, cheers to you, brother. Good mug of Joe to start the day off, man. Each and every Monday and Friday, we said we was gonna come together and make an impact in some people's lives. Man, waking people up with some inspiration. He out there in Jacksonville, Florida, and telling people a little bit about what's going on out here in Jacksonville, Florida, and who Mr. Robert F. McPhaul is, sir. Yeah.
Once again, yes, this is Robert F. McPhaul. F for saying fabulous. The bearded one, an individual that's out here and we're shaking and moving. We're just doing some wonderful things out here, not just in Jacksonville, but Florida as a whole, where we're moving, making, helping people to earn some additional income, additional streams of income. And all I'm saying is this weekend, Savannah's about to get hit. I'm just saying. We got people in South Florida that's about to get hit up. We are doing a lot of things out here, making and shaking and moving and helping people get out of their fear factor, get out of their soft spot, out of their comfort zone, and helping people to be great.
Right there in the middle of everything else, we're praying for you, absolutely, making sure that everything is all well. I know it's some adversities going on, man, major storms, losses of life, and prayers out there to everybody. Even you don't know if you're holding on to one of them palm trees down there while the wind is blowing, but you got on here to help me make an impact and change some lives this morning. You know, you came up with this topic. We enjoy being the business partners for Planet Marketing, so we catch some training early in the morning. The inspirational morning vitamin empowers you, you know, for your own self, for your own goals and business through a business model. But this morning they're talking about facing the fear and do it anyway. You said let's continue that conversation. What made you bring that up? Because this is important.
Oh yeah, because you know, we have our business Zooms, which we call them the IMVs, the Inspirational Morning Vitamin Zoom. And I heard that yesterday where they were just talking about getting out of our way, you know, facing our fear, because we as individuals, we can get caught up in so much stuff that we're fearful of moving forward, not just in business, but in personal life and doing things, because we have all these distractions. We have all these different things that that life presents to us, and we back down. You know, we say, you know, we got our goals, we have our vision, we have all this set up, but it just takes that one fear factor that hit us, one obstacle that come at us, and then next thing you know, we don't execute. We can have everything put in place, but the one thing that keeps us from being successful in life, being where we want to be, and everything, to start that business that we want to do, to get to a position to where we are on a roll, is execution. And why we don't execute is because we allow fear of the. I want to say, if I'm correcting this, because I'd always get this mixed up. It's false evidence appearing real. False
Mm.
appearance appearing real, to which we put that in our mindset to where we allow that to take growth, to take root. And then when we do that, now that action that we supposed to put into it, that execution doesn't happen because we allow false evidence appearing real to take picture in our minds
No,
and keep us from
and I
doing that.
think it comes from what somebody else may think.
Yes.
What somebody else may think about your thought, what somebody else may think about your activity. And many times we want to do something that we've never done, so we're telling people that we're going to do something that we've never done, and we may not be in that mindset or position to be the thing that makes that thing happen. So the people that's around you just don't see it through you. And that fear factor of what other people will accept of you, believe in you, support in you, can really, really hold somebody back from taking that step. And that's one of the hardest punches to get through your core network to where you want to go. So when you face that fear, do it anyway. I love the part where execute. Popeye, I love Popeye. You got to get to a point in your life. You say, you know what? Man, I'm tired of this. You know what? I could do something with my life, and I don't care who says what. And you execute the idea without knowing where it's going to go. Most time we want to know what the end result is, but how are we going to know that without even taking a step toward the first step? Mr. McPhaul, I know, take that first step. Talk on it.
See, that's the thing. Taking that first step, you gotta take it. But first, before you take that first step, get rid of your negative people. Get rid of that negative environment that you're in. Get rid of those naysayers because they're whispering in your ear. It won't work. Why are you doing that? You don't know nothing about that. You never done this before. Oh, I've done it and it's failed. It doesn't work for me. So you gotta push those negative people. If even and like you just said, create a new circle of positive people so you can take that first and second step. Because when you take that first step, you already got dots, people throwing stuff at you. And then also, what makes it even worse, you got someone that's lurking in the weeds, waiting for you to fail. And when it doesn't work, they jump out and say, "Aha! There you go. I told you it wouldn't work." They ready to throw it at you.
You're gonna get people mad this morning, so we're gonna talk about that right quick. See, that's a breakthrough thought. When we think, a lot of times, right, what people think, but they're absolutely in real life people that we put in the mindset that kind of go in a backpack, kind of dragging it around. What they think, what are they saying, why are they hating? They may or they may not. But here's the deal about it. And that right there can hold you from doing any and everything towards what you got to do. So let's have a breakthrough thought. I call it a breakthrough thought. Mr. McPhaul, I want you to really break through, share that thought on who cares what somebody else says. Stand by.
Woo! Yes, that's what it is. What happens to us is that we allow those individuals to take seed and take root in our minds because they are waiting to jump out and tell you that it doesn't work. They jumping out and do all these things because why? Because they was never successful in it. They are putting their fears, their negativity onto you. And when they do that, now you're allowing that to take root in your mind and keeping you from moving forward, keeping you from stepping out on faith because they don't have enough faith in themselves. They don't have enough faith in doing those things because they was never successful themselves. They stay negative. See, some people stay negative because that's all they know. They when that old saying, birds of a feather flock together. Well, if you continue to stay around negative people, you'll become negative. So get away from those negative people. Get away from them because they're the ones that's going to hold you back because they don't want to see you successful. They don't want you to get out of that barrel like that crab in a barrel thing. They want to keep you down there. They are comfortable where they are and they want you to be there. What's that? Misery loves company. That's where their mindset is. So you got to get outside of that and get away from them because they don't want you to be successful because then that means what? That you're leaving them behind. What does that mean? Because that is keeping them right where they are and you leaving them. Always remember this. You can't bring everybody with you. And not everybody is meant to go with you. And if you try to bring those people that has so much baggage, they're going to weigh you down and you're never going to get up and be able to elevate and have the elevator go up because now that weight is over exceeding and now that elevator is going to get stuck before you get to the next level.
That's good, Mr. McPhaul. That's good. You're over here reading my notes. Other people may foist their failures upon you. I tried that. Well, what's that got to do with me? I did that. Well, what's that got to do with me? It didn't work for me. What does that have to do with me? My skill set, my passion to win, and more importantly than my skill set and passion to win, my why I must win may be stronger than yours. The why I'll continue to go to the gym when nobody's in there may be stronger than yours because it's some people counting on me. And see, I believe that what we get into is comfortability. But once we fall into a comfortable, mindset that things will be taken care of, God is great. We got the prayer, absolutely. The blessing is on the way. Those that believe, absolutely. But we skip a thing, applying the work, the effort, the energy toward what we said we want. I look at it like, say, God, will you help me take care of a scenario of my life? And his answer is going to be a yes. You don't know when because you don't know the plan. But what he's looking for is that first step. I believe he's just looking for you to make the first step. So the things that he's maneuvering around towards your will, towards your desire, towards your prayer, that you are ready to receive because you applied the action steps to receive them without knowing what you're going to get, which is what? Faith. Robert, faith without works is dead. That's scriptural. I just apply it in the world to, we must apply the level of the work we do to match the level of the faith we have. So, I don't know. They say the world is flat. I believe it's round. I'm going this way. Mr. McPhaul, changing the mindset to say, it's not that somebody may want to hold us back. I don't want to really get an inherent kind of embedded kind of mindset that you think you can do something I can't do. And if I can't do it, I don't think you can either. And let's talk all night.
Ooh, my brother. What it is that, once again, those are the type of individuals that, once again, they don't want to see you win. They don't know you. If they're your friends, they supposed to know who you are. They supposed to know what you're capable of. Your guys had these conversations of what you want to be and where you want to go. Is what do we say? Face your fear and do it anyway. Well, guess what? They faced their fears and didn't do it. So now they're placing their fears onto you because they're scared that you're going to leave them behind. They're scared that you're going to be successful in it, and they never was. So we have to. Another thing we have to do when we face our fear and do it anyway, that means that we had a vision, because faith is a substance not seen. So we have to have that thing where we see it. We have to see it before we do it. We have to see it. Because we got to see it. So guess what? We have to see it before it comes into tuition. We have to be able to vision it before these things. We have to have a picture of it before it manifests itself. When we are able to do those things, then nothing can stop us. But when we allow people's fears to come upon us, now it clouds our mind. Now we can't actually vision it. We can't do nothing. So now, guess what? Fear kicked in, and just because we can't touch it, just because we can't taste it, it's not gonna work.
And here's something. See, we attend coaching sessions. We have mentors. We have coaches. We plug into the things that help us get to where we want to get to and give us knowledge that we don't have. So we're open to receive new information. So that's already a changing concept. People enjoy living on what they know. I already know all that. I know, and then people you talk to, they know, and everybody is at a level of knowledge that they have, but they can't look at each other and get new knowledge because they're sharing the same old knowledge.
Yes.
Unwilling consciousness that doesn't work. I've never seen anybody do that. So unconsciously, nothing works. You know, they say they put so much factual information and so much misinformation out in front through marketing and all this AI and everything on the news, and they got so much misinformation that now they could put the facts on the table and no one will believe it. That's the world we live in today. So until we mentally say, you know, I can't allow for someone else's thoughts to think for me. Oh, that's good. Write that down. That's another one. Don't allow someone else's thought to think for you. You got to do it. It's your family. It's your mission. And you said something key, Robert. When you get the vision, he didn't call me. He didn't tell me Robert's got a vision. He didn't call me and tell me, this is the way it goes. I showed it to Robert. Call Robert. He didn't tell me that. He gave it to you. And now you call me to tell me the vision, depending on the reception level of my receiving new information, like that dial. I'm either blocking new information or receiving new information. To filter information, to decide on the information, how I want to apply the information. That's some good stuff. We're going to need to record on this one here, sir. I want to share a video on some motivation in here. But before we do that, speak on that, how the vision comes to you and how we sometimes put our vision on the shelf, hoping that somebody else is accepting of our vision.
Ooh. Hey, it's one of those things where we're looking for acknowledgement from people that is not qualified to give us what the acknowledgement, because they're not qualified to tell us anything.
You're gonna make somebody mad. Go ahead, keep going. They go when they call you, don't call me. All right.
They're not qualified. And see, here's the thing: you got to understand this. You know, the man above gives you that vision. When you fail to act on it, when you fail to do what you need to do on it, he's gonna give it to somebody else. He said, "I don't got time for you. You ain't doing what you need to do. I'm gonna give it to somebody else." And so that's another thing where people get jealous and mad because they knew they was supposed to have done something. They didn't act on it. And now when you got the same idea that they were supposed to have done, now they're jealous and mad because you're doing something that they knew they were supposed to do. Now they want to stop you from doing it.
Well, they do the snaps and all that stuff, right? When it's good points, poetry,
Yeah.
The talents. He gave all the, see, I'm a babe in the word, right? He gave the talents and some hid the talents. I don't know. Somebody gonna get some seeds. So I'm babe in the word, but I believe in the steps in the word, the walk of the word. So I know, have read the word, and I try to apply it the best of my human ability to my work ethic. So I want to apply all my talents, all my skills, all my blessings. So I called Robert. I said, Robert, I found some information that could change our lives. You say, music, you hear. I know your mindset says, hey, let's investigate that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's put sin on that. I'm with it. Now, they receive that information. I've given them so many adversities and failures and circumstances and the environment of, sometimes lack. Sometimes we just come from environments where no one has shown us a way out. Mr. Neosha Morris always says, the information on the box is on the outside. So you got to get outside the box to read the information. And when you want to get outside of the box, the ones inside of the box are afraid of the other side of the box because we're comfortable. I know that Social Security pays X per month. I know that my job pays X per month. I know that it does not do what I needed to do in my life, but I know I got that. And everybody else I know, that's what we all got. And we know how to make a bologna sandwich and pop the bubble. And I don't know about that steak little handle they got, that one that costs $150 and all that. That's crazy, right? I'm not going to be doing none of that. That they flying back and forth. Them planes crash all the time. Man, when you go to them islands, they got bugs over there. They got all kind of blockages for what you could do. Just like when somebody says, man, the world is round, it's not flat. But you live in a flat, round mind. Oh, let's get to the other side, man. We're going to share some information about how you can apply, breaking through the fear and just doing it anyway. What if he just said, man, I got to have this. So stand by, Mr. McPhaul. We'll bring you back on the other side. We'll get into it. And how about that, Mr. Robert McPhaul out there at Jacksonville? Here's what you got. There'll never be a perfect time. There's just not going to be a perfect time to get started. And getting started, you don't know how it's going to end. Don't allow for what you don't know, from what you feel, what you envision, what your foresight sees, and what your passion has inside of you to say, man, I could do a thing. And get out there and do what you got to do. Let's talk about it. There's never be a perfect time. Stand by.
Don't wait for the perfect timing. The perfect timing is never going to come because there's no such thing as perfect. There's never going to be a day where you wake up and you're like, this is the perfect day for me to finally change. All the things have lined up. My inbox is completely clear. I have nothing to do today. There's no distractions. The kids are finally perfectly on their own. Oh my gosh, my husband or wife is finally perfect on their own. Everybody is healthy around me. Everything is just perfect. The day is sunny and bright. And oh my gosh, look at all this gold that just happened to appear in front of me. It's not going to happen like that. You need to say, okay, there is never going to be a perfect time, so you need to set a D-Day. Literally, a day in which you say, that's the day. And then you need to marshal all of your motivation, all of your ability to learn and develop skills as fast as you can before that day. But when that day comes, that's D-Day. That's the day that you go. That's the day that you quit. And that has to be a real date for you. And you mark it on the calendar. That's the day you quit the thing. That's the day you walk out. That's the day that you leave that situation that is not healthy or satisfying or good for you or your soul or the people around you. That you have to have that date. It has to be scheduled or you'll never do it. You'll just keep saying, oh, one day things are gonna be, the people who say one day, they end up at the end with a collection of days that were so far from perfect that they're in a state of misery now. They never landed in the land of their dreams because they were always marching in something that was miserable to them, right? At some point, the only way that life changes is that you change your course. And don't wait for a perfect day. So what's your date?
People who earn large incomes aren't lucky, and they're not crooks as those without money are so fond of pretending, nor are they endowed with more brains or talent necessarily than their friends and neighbors, nor are they privy to occult secrets, and only a very few were lucky enough to have had rich fathers or grandfathers. Most of the people earning the big incomes today started the same way you and I did, and most other people. The only difference between the men who earn big incomes and those who earn small incomes is that those earning big incomes decided to earn more. They're the people who made it their business to earn more. You see, people do what they make up their minds to do. So get rid of the ancient superstition once and for all that people who earn big money are special people, are lucky, or get the breaks, or had money to begin with, or knew someone, or are smarter, or anything else. These are alibis. They can all be disproved 1,000 times. The reason there are so many of these alibis around is that men who fail to make the grade financially are seldom honest enough to just admit that they really didn't try and keep trying. So in order to justify their failure, in order to remain seated, they dream up and pass along these old alibis. We're all self-made, but only the successful will admit it.
The commitments we make to ourselves and to others, and our integrity to those commitments, is the essence and clearest manifestation of our proactivity. It is also the essence of our growth through our human endowments of self-awareness and consciousness. We become conscious of areas of weakness, areas for improvement, areas of talent that could be developed, areas that need to be changed or eliminated from our lives. Then, as we recognize and use our imagination and independent will to act on that awareness, making promises, setting goals, and being true to them, we build the strength of character, the being that makes possible every other positive thing in our lives. It is here that we find two ways to put ourselves in control of our lives immediately. We can make a promise and keep it, or we can set a goal and work to achieve it. As we make and keep commitments, even small commitments, we begin to establish an inner integrity that gives us the awareness of self-control and the courage and strength to accept more of the responsibility for our own lives. By making and keeping promises to ourselves and others, little by little, our honor becomes greater than our mood. The power to make and keep commitments to ourselves is the essence of developing the basic habits of effectiveness. Knowledge, skill, and desire are all within our control. We can work on any one to improve the balance of the three. As the area of intersection becomes larger, we more deeply internalize the principles upon which the habits are based and create the strength of character to move us in a balanced way toward increasing effectiveness in our lives.
Listening to folks that have found comfort in failure. So you find comfort in failure by not trying again. That doesn't work. You lose. You can't win by not trying again. That's a fact. You just can't. So you only lose when you quit. Mr. McPhaul, and I know that information there moved you in some way, man. And speak on what you just received from that. Let the listening audience know, what it is in facing that fear, how to overcome some of the fears, and do it anyway. You have the floor, sir.
It's one of those things where, once again, you have to, we have to get out of our own way and understand where do we want to see ourselves, and once we see where we want to be, how do we get there? I use this example. If it wasn't for, I can't remember the brother's name, the brothers' names, but if they didn't do what they were supposed to do, we would not have airplanes as of today. What if they allow their fears, the naysayers, let them know that you can't fly. People can't fly. There's no such thing being up in the sky. What if they didn't go further to do those things? We want to have the planes, the jets, the spaceships. We want to have none of that. So your thoughts, your dreams, what actions that you need to put in place to move forward can actually galvanize a movement that could change not just one person's life, but the world. Just imagine that. Just imagine somebody, when it came to certain medications that help somebody. What if they say, I can't do it? Don't want to do it. I'm scared. We want to have the certain drugs or medications to help those to get to where they need to be, where they can be healthy, where they can fight off diseases. What if somebody didn't decide to go forth and say, we can drive vehicles, we can create wheels, we still be riding on horses, or we might be walking on foot. These are the things that I want us, myself, to really understand and realize, that let's stop allowing fear to keep us from moving forward in life. Be able to create the things that we need to do. Because if we allow fear to keep us from doing things, that person or people that's waiting for us on that corner, waiting for us to come around and pick them up to galvanize a movement, would never happen. Because people's success, people's futures can be actually relying on you to be faithful to move forward in what you need to be doing or what we need to be doing. That thing where it comes to where we have our talents and gifts, if we don't use it, we're gonna lose it. So I urge not just your everyone, but I also push myself to know that we need to use our talents and gifts and stop allowing fear to hold us back. Because if not, we would be stagnated and staying right where we are, and nothing new, no new inventions, no new ideas will come into play or come into play or in existence to push us to be a greater people, to be a great civilization. Because you got to remember, we came from Stone Age to where we are today because of people did not allow fear to keep them from being great.
I think it's an amazing way you just delivered that information there, sir. Hope that just comes over like cracking an egg over the head and just pours in, seeps in. Somebody say, you know what? I love you know what. I'm just saying it's a really magical place. You know, you just get mad. You know what? You know what? I'm tired of reading the menu from the right to the left. That's price and then what it is. When some people are reading the menu from the left, not worried about the price. And you say, you know what? I don't want my children to have to not have. You know what? I don't want my husband. I don't want my wife. I don't want my kids. I don't want my community. I don't want my school. I don't want anybody in my environment to have to not have. So I'm going to put the life mask on me, and I'm going to reach in here and grab that can of Popeye spinach. Boom, pop the top. And this is a wrap. So I say, get on out there and get it done. Thank you for being on, Mr. Robert F. McPhaul. Each and every Monday and Friday, we're going to be getting together with some amazing topics. And if you're out there and you desire to be successful of any sort, and you may even be looking for an opportunity, you may be looking for a way, you may even be looking for a network of people that want to help you win, we are those ones. Mr. Robert F. McPhaul and I, myself, brother of success there, Mr. Neosha Morris, we're in Zoom in the other room. You get a chance to attend. There's the information right there. You can reach out to us, attend. Let us know you want to attend. We'll get you the link to get some information of how you can tap into one of the most powerful business opportunities on the planet inside of the travel industry. It just makes sense. Robert, thank you for being on this morning. It's been a morning grind, Grindology101 Podcast. My main man. Thank you, sir. Man, we see you on the other side. Stand by that. And Mr. Robert F. McPhaul out there, Jacksonville, Florida, get a chance to serve alongside that young man right there. We've operated in several states. Amazing business from home base, not homebound, additional income, helping people do what they want to do, helping people live the way they want to live, and more importantly, and helping people get outside of the box. How about that? So you want to get your information out there before we get out of here. I want to help you do that. You want to put your podcast on. You want to broadcast your message. Let me show you how you can do that. Stand by.
Success Express Marketing Solutions presents your virtual video podcast studio. Let the Success Express team help bring your podcasting dreams to life. Here's what we do. We help you come up with show ideas, design graphics for your show, set up your podcast studio, and run the back end of your show. So what do? Be ready for your show. Make sure your guests are ready. Log into the virtual studio, turn your cameras on, and go. Not sure you're ready to go live on a monthly or a weekly basis? You can get the Try Us Out Success Special. It's only $97 with free design setup. All you got to do is try us out, and I guarantee you're going to want more. So get set up today with your virtual video podcast studio from Success Express Marketing Solutions. So go online to Success Express MKTG, and we'll get you set up today. Sign up now and get our free ebook, Modern Podcasting, that'll teach you all the techniques you need to know to get your podcast started today.
I leave you with this as we go. Facing the fear and do it anyway. How you face the fear? Well, it's scary to go for the job interview that you may not be prepared for. Your resume is not all polished up. It may be fearful to go to college, to leave college, to get the job, to quit the job, to whatever it is going to be for you. Facing that fear is looking on the other side and saying, well, the fear of trying outweighs the fear of failure. Meaning your family is counting on you to such a degree that the fear that you have to go out there and get that big elephant, that hunt that lion down, hunt that whale, that shark, you need it. You need to bring it in for your family. So the fear of it is powerful. But the why you got to bring it in is more powerful. I got to bring that shark in. I got to bring that whale in. I've got to bring that big pink elephant that nobody thinks is out there in the field. I got to hit it. I'm going to stop. I got to bring that in. Not for me, because others are counting on me. And if we get a chance to remove ourselves from what we're afraid of to why we cannot afford to be afraid of it, I can't afford to be afraid to lose. Generally, we're afraid to lose, we're probably already in the losing category. Then that losing category is comfort. Comfort push you in the ceiling, and comfort won't let you do anything else. Get out of that comfort zone, face the fear, and do it anyway, and see what's on the other side. There is another side. Here's a question I'll leave you with. Amazing trainer, I'm going to always give him this credit. They used to say, I'll give you the credit the first time, but every time. Mr. Shedrick White had an amazing class. 6-star founder director for Planet Marketing. He asked the question, why do people buy $50 million yachts? Nobody really had an answer. He said, because people buy them. We're just not around the people that are buying them. Let's get around the people that are doing what they want to do. People that are willing to show you how to get to a place you want to get to and face that fear and do it anyway. I'm KeJohnna Owens. It's the Morning Grind Grindology101 Podcast, man. Get out there and get it. You might as well. We see you on the other side.